Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you another game in our Action PC All Decades Team World Series Extravaganza. And this will be Game 1, Round 2, between the 1910s versus the 1800s. And what a matchup it is for pitching, you'll see in a moment. The Action PC Baseball Beatles Eternally All-Decade Tournament, brought to you by great friend of the channel, Beatles Eternally. All-Decade teams battle one another for the ultimate prize, the Decade World Series from the 1800s to the 2000s. This is Round 2. All matchups are best of 5. Alright, let's get to the lineups. I hope everyone's doing good out there on this Wednesday evening, or whenever you're watching. This is Al Red Sox Fan, and you're watching on Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. For the 1910 decade, leading off is Trish Speaker, and he's playing center field. Batting second, playing first base, is Crawford. Batting third, the right fielder, Ty Cobb. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Shoeless Joe Jackson. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Home Run Baker, the Candlestick Maker. Batting sixth, playing second base, Eddie Collins. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Chief Myers. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Terry Turner. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, the freight train, the big train, the one and only train, Walter Johnson. For the 1800 decade team, batting first, playing center field, Billy Hamilton. Batting second in right field, Willie Keeler. Batting third in left field, Ed Delante. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Dan Brothers. Batting fifth, the shortstop, George Davis. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Denny Lyons. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Cupid Childs. Batting eighth, doing the catching, looking like a extra from an old comedy short, No Sound, Duke Farrell. And batting ninth, on the hill, Cy Young. So at the plate, Trish Speaker. And in the tournament, the 1800 decade team got a bye into the second round. Trish Speaker in the tournament, batting .285, no home runs, 2 ribbies. Your choice, .341, 87 RBI, and 4 home runs. Excellent bunter. The corners will have to move in for the 1800 team. I'm playing as the 1800 decade team. The computer has taken the helm of the 1910 decade team. Lions in at third. Brothers is in at first. Cy Young is ready. Here's the pitch to Trish Speaker. Ball game on its way. And Cy Young strikes out Trish Speaker. 1 up, 1 down via the K. And Sam Crawford steps to the plate. He's batting .444 in the tournament, with 1 home run and 4 RBI. Year of choice, .352, 10 homers, 93 runners knocked in. Farrell sets the target. Young rocks and fires to Crawford. He swings and sends that ball the other way. He's digging for 2. He's going for 3. Wow, as Delante has... He's going for home! Here's the play at the plate! And he is safe and inside the park, home run. Delante lollygagged after that ball. Oh my Lord. Unbelievable. Crawford goes flying around the base paths for an inside the park home run, the most exciting play in baseball. We'll have to take a look at that again on video replay. Crawford sends a ball to left into the gap. Delante is having trouble getting to it. He throws it to George Davis, who fires the foul at the plate, and the ball comes loose on the slide, and it's an inside the park home run for Crawford. That is unbelievable. 1-0. The 1910 decade team. As I take a sip of coffee. Here comes Ty Cobb. Corners move in. Cobb 10 out of 10 bunter. Lyons in at third. Browthers is in at first. Cy Young to face Ty Cobb. The windup and the pitch to Cobb. And he sends that ball left center field. Hamilton on the run. Makes the catch. 2 down. Shoeless Joe Jackson steps up plate, batting .222 in the tournament. No home runs, 2 ribbies. .344 near a choice, 6 home runs, 83 runs knocked in. Cy Young faces another tough left-handed batter. The windup and the pitch to Shoeless Joe Jackson. Slow grounder to Davis at short, comes charging in, fires a Browthers. He stretches. Did they get him? Yes, they did. Nice play. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the first. 1-0, the 1910 decade team, thanks to that inside the park home run by Crawford. 2 up for the 1800s. Hamilton, Keeler, and Delante, who had trouble out in left field retrieving that Crawford hit. Hamilton 10 out of 10 bunter. Corners are in for the 1910s. Baker in at third, Crawford in at first. Collins is at second, Turner is at short. Collins a 9 out of 10 at second, Turner is 7 out of 10. Baker 6 out of 10 at third, Crawford 4 out of 10 defensively at first. Doing the catching, Chief Myers 7 out of 10 defense, 4 out of 10 arm. Shoeless Joe Jackson's in left, 6 out of 10 defense, 6 arm. Trish Speaker just outstanding in center, 9 out of 10 for both defense and arm. And Ty Cobb is moved over to right because of Trish Speaker, 8 out of 10 defense, 7 out of 10 arm. Cobb not too happy that he's playing right field. Here's the pitch to Hamilton. Hamilton swings, ground ball to Collins, over to Crawford, 1 away. Now bring up Wee Willie Keeler. And Keeler in his year of choice, .374, 2 home runs, 68 ribbies. 10 out of 10 bunter. Once again, the corner's in for the 1910 decade team. Myers sets the target. Here's the pitch to Wee Willie Keeler. Keeler swings, sends that ball to deep right field. Cobb going back at the wall, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And here comes Ed Delante. Delante, .378, 10 home runs, 118 runners knocked in. The train, Walter Johnson, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The big windup and the pitch. Delante swings, dribbler to Turner at short. He fires to Crawford. And 1-2-3 go the 1800s. We go to the top of the second. 1-0. The 1910 decade team. And let's quickly go through their 1800 defense. Farrell, 7 out of 10 catching and throwing ability. Browthers, 4 out of 10 at first. Child, 6 out of 10 at second. Davis, 8 out of 10 at short. Lyons, 6 out of 10 at third. Delante, 6 out of 10 defense, 5 out of 10 arm. In left, Hamilton, 6 out of 10 defense, 4 out of 10 arm. And Wee Willie Keeler, 4 out of 10 defense, 7 out of 10 arm. Baker's at the plate, the windup and the pitch from Young. It's a bunt, and Farrell lets it go foul. The count's no balls, 2 strikes. Good job by Farrell behind the plate. Baker digs in, the windup and the pitch to the candlestick maker. Baker swings, line shot to right, and Keeler makes the catch. 1 down. Here comes the second baseman, Eddie Collins, batting 111 in the tournament. No homers, 1 ribby. In the year of choice, .329, 3 home runs, 72 runners knocked in. Here's the pitch to Collins. Excellent bunter. He swings away. Right side to Childs. He ranges to his right, flips to Browthers for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the catcher, Chief Myers. Myers batting 166 in the tournament with 1 runner knocked in. Year of choice, 316, 2 home runs, 45 ribbies. A righty-righty matchup for Cy Young. He rocks and fires. Myers sends that ball to left field. Delante on the run, and he makes the catch. Side retired. Bottom of the second, 1-0, 1910 decade team. 2 up for the 1910s. Browthers, Davis, and Lyons. Dan Browthers batted 316, 21 home runs. My God, that's a lot of home runs in that time period. And 102 ribbies. Walter Johnson's ready. He deals to Browthers. And he strikes him out. Big swing and a miss. So 1 out, no one on. Here's the shortstop, George Davis. Excellent bunter, 10 out of 10. 325, 6 home runs, 94 RBIs. Baker in at third, Crawford in at first. Davis looking to poke it past the drawn-in corners. Johnson nods his head. Here's the pitch to Davis. And Davis works a walk. Tying run at first. Excellent base speed by Davis. 86% chance of stealing second. 10 out of 10 base runner. Myers has a poor arm. And Lyons is at the plate. Davis will attempt to steal. Myers throws down. And Davis slides in safe. He's in scoring position with 1 out. He represents a tying run. And Denny Lyons is at the plate. Counts no balls, 1 strike. Lyons, 295. 19 home runs, 81 RBIs. Righty-righty matchup. Myers pounds the mitt, sets the target. The freight train. Johnson deals to Lyons. Lyons swings, sends that ball right center field and deep. And Cobb makes the running catch. Davis tags up and goes to third. What a catch by Ty Cobb. He went a long way to get that ball, as Lyons thought he had it gapped. But Ty Cobb makes a fabulous catch for the second out. Davis does tag and go to third. So Davis 90 feet away from tying this ball game, and it's up to Cupid Childs. Cupid batted 315, 3 home runs, 75 ribbies. On deck is the catcher, Farrell. Here's the pitch to Child. Ground ball back to Johnson. He throws to Crawford. Side retired. Davis is stranded at third. Top of the third, the 1910 decade team won. The 1800 decade, nothing. Due up for the 1910s, Turner, Johnson in the top of the order, Trish Speaker. Turner, 8 out of 10 bunter. Corners in, Lyons in at third, Browthers in at first. Here's the pitch from Young to Turner. And that's a fly ball, center field. Hamilton going back, makes the catch. 1 away. Here comes the freight train, Walter Johnson. Johnson batting 500 in the tournament. He has a home run and a ribby. He did pitch game 1 in round 1 to a victory. Young deals to his counterpart, Walter Johnson. Grounder, Davis in the hole. From short, fires to first with plenty of time, 2 down. Nice strong throw by Davis, showing his 8 out of 10 defensive ability. So 2 outs, base is empty, top of the order. Trish Speaker, he is 0 for 1. Corners move in for the 1800 decade team. Here's the pitch to Speaker. And he strikes out, side retired. Bottom of the third, 1-0 1910 decade over the 1800s. 2 up for the 1800s. Duke Farrell, Cy Young, and then Billy Hamilton. Farrell is an 8 out of 10 bunter. He's going to attempt a bunt hit. He puts down a pretty good one, but he'll be thrown out at first. Myers fields the ball and fired to Collins on the field today. 1 out. Hello, Broke Blackman 94. Hope all is well. How are you, my friend? Here comes Cy Young. Johnson looks in, nods his head. The windup and the pitch to his counterpart. And Young goes down swinging. So 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order, Billy Hamilton. Hamilton's 0 for 1, grounded to second his first time up. He'll attempt a bunt base hit. He drops a good one, but Myers lets it roll foul. It counts no balls, 2 strike. Hamilton in the hole to Walter Johnson. The freight train readies himself. Here comes the express. And he strikes out Hamilton. Myers drops the ball, throws the first to complete the strikeout. And after 3 innings, we go to the top of the 4th. The 1910 decade team won. The 1800s nothing. In the chat, we have Broke Black Man 94, moderator extraordinaire. Check out his wonderful channel. Movie and TV reviews. He has his Westworld review up, amongst others. Also joining us in the chat, Manuel Christian Rivera, a.k.a. Manny. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well with you two fine gentlemen. As Broke Black Man 94 ordered some Chinese food. What did you order, my friend? Alright, due up for the 1910s, Crawford, Cobb, and Jackson. Crawford's 1 for 1. He hit the solo inside the park home run to lead off in the top of the first, excuse me. He was a second batter. That's the only hit of the game so far. Again, corners have to move in. Crawford's an excellent bunter. Here's the pitch from Young to Crawford. He swings. Line shot to center field. Hamilton closes ground quickly and makes the catch in left center. 1 down. Ty Cobb comes to the plate. Again, corners move in. Cobb is a 10 out of 10 bunter. Cobb is 0 for 1. He flew to deep left center. Young with the big windup and the pitch to Ty Cobb. It's a dribbler. Davis comes charging in at short. Fires to Brothers. It's going to be a bang-bang play, and Cobb beats it out. Infield hit. Second hit of the game for the 1910 decade team. As Manny says, you're early today, Al. Yeah, a little early. Going to try to get a few streams in. Here comes Shoeless Joe Jackson. 10 out of 10 bunter, 6 out of 10 hit and run. Cobb, 70% chance of stealing second, 10 out of 10 base runner. We're going to play infield halfway. Young throws over, and Cobb gets back. No pitch out. Cobb doesn't go. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch out again. There goes Cobb. Farrell throws down. Davis applies the tag, and Cobb is erased off the base paths. None too happy. He came in cleats high with the slide, but Davis planted that tag right in his chest, and he never even reached the base. Good job by George Davis at short. So 2 outs. Base is empty. 2 balls, no strikes on Shoeless Joe Jackson. And we're going to go back to normal now. For our infield, here's the pitch from Young to Jackson. And Jackson goes the other way, and he's off to the races. Delante having trouble with the ball, but he does. Here's another chance on the inside the park home run! And another one! Oh my Lord, Delante having all kinds of trouble in left. He just does not play the ball quickly enough. Shoeless Joe Jackson goes flying around the bases. Delante hits the cutoff man. Davis, the throw to Farrell. The hard slide in by Shoeless Joe Jackson. And once again, the ball comes free. Another inside the park homer, 2-0. We're going to have to think about taking Delante out pretty soon. See who else we have at left field who's a little better. Delante's our best left fielder. Well, we got Duffy. Delante is the best left fielder. He's having all kinds of difficulty getting that ball quickly. So 2 outs, base is empty, 2-0. The 1910 decade team has gotten 2 inside the park home runs. 1 by Crawford in the first, and the other one by Shoeless Joe Jackson. Here's the pitch to Baker, the candlestick maker, who's 0 for 1, and he works a walk. So Baker's at first, being held on by Brothers, And here comes Eddie Collins. Collins is 0 for 1. Young throws over to first. Baker just gets back. Young looks over. Now looks in at the plate. The windup and the pitch to Collins. And he strikes out. Side retired. He got him swinging. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The 1800s trail by 2. It is 2-0, the 1910 decade team. 2 up for the 1800s. Willie Keeler, then Delante and Brothers. Keeler is 0 for 1. He flied out to right. 10 out of 10 bunter. Baker in at third. Crawford in at first. Here's the pitch to Willie Keeler from Johnson. And it's a dribbler to Baker, who easily throws to Crawford at first, who gets back to the bag. 1 down. Had they not been playing in, that might have been trouble, but they were playing in. As Broke Black Man 94 has informed us, food acquired. And here's Delante. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short. Again, corners in. Delante, an excellent bunter. Myers goes through the signs. The freight train, Walter Johnson nods his head. The big windup and the pitch to Delante. And that's a shot to right center, and Delante's on with a single. Excellent base stealer. 75% chance of stealing second. Here comes the first baseman. Dan Brothers, 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Delante will attempt to steal. There he goes. Myers throws down. Delante slides in. He is out. Turner applies the tag. And now there's 2 outs. Base is empty. The tying run is no longer at the plate. It's on the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch to Brothers. And he sends one out to right field. To Cobb. He makes the catch. Side retired. Top of the 5th. 2-0 1910 decade team over the 1800s. An inside the park home run in the first from Crawford. An inside the park home run in the top of the 4th by Shoeless Joe Jackson. Chief Myers steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Flied out to left. The windup and the pitch from Cy Young. A lot of movement on that ball. Childs backhands it behind the second base bag. Throws to first for the out. Nice play by Childs. Cupid Childs. 1 out. And Turner, the shortstop, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to center. On deck is Walter Johnson. Turner's an excellent bunter. 8 out of 8. The windup and the pitch to Turner. Line shot to center. Hamilton goes racing back and makes the catch for out number 2. Good job by Billy Hamilton. So 2 outs, base is empty for Walter Johnson. The freight train grounded to short. Young wants to keep it a 2-run deficit. He's looking for that 1-2-3 inning. Farrell sets the target. Young rocks and fires to Johnson. Johnson swings, sends that ball deep down the right field line in the corner. Keeler makes the running catch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 1910 decade team. 2 up for the 1800s. Davis, Lyons, and Cupid Childs. Gotta love that name, Cupid Child. Davis walked his first time up. Corners in. He's an excellent bunter. Walter Johnson ready. He sets and deals to George Davis. Davis swings a dribbler to Baker. Baker fires the first. Bang, bang, play! Safe! And that's only the second hit for the 1800s. An infield hit by Davis. Even with Baker playing in at third, Davis can really fly down that line. Hello, Tribes fan. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Davis with an 89% chance of stealing. Second. And here comes Denny Lyons. He is 0 for 1. Lyons flies very deep to right center. Davis will steal. Myers will throw down, and Davis is safe. Another stolen base for George Davis. He's in scoring position with no outs. The count on Lyons, 1 ball, no strikes. Walter Johnson looks over his shoulder, now in at the plate. Myers sets the target. Here's the pitch from the freight train. Lyons swings, sends that ball left field. Jackson's there. He makes the catch. Davis will tag. Here's the throw to Baker. Davis slides in safe. George Davis showing his tremendous speed and base running ability. "90 feet away from cutting this lead in half. And stepping to the plate, Cupid Myers. Cupid is 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher. 8 out of 10 bunter. Infield's back normal. Farrell's on deck. Here's the pitch to Childs. And he strikes out. Oh, big strikeout by the freight train, Walter Johnson. That's his 4th K. He thought about a squeeze there. I didn't do it though. So here is Duke Farrell. He's 0 for 1. He tried to bunt his way on the first time. Was thrown out by the catcher. Righty-lefty matchup for the freight train, Walter Johnson. Myers wiggles the fingers. Johnson nods his head. Here's the pitch to Duke. And he strikes him out. Side retired. Runner stranded at third. Top of the 6th, 2-0. The 1910 decade team over the 1800s. Cy Young back out on the hill, preparing to toe the rubber. Young has gone 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, both of them inside the park, home runs to left. Delante had tremendous trouble at getting to the ball. He's walked 1, struck out 3. Here's Tris Speaker, 0 for 2. Corners come in for the 1800 team. The windup and the pitch from Young to Speaker. That's a fly ball to Hamilton in center. He continues to go back and makes the catch in front of the wall. Billy Hamilton, 1 down. And now Sam Crawford steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He had a inside the park home run in the first and line to center in the 4th. Corners again move in. Crawford an excellent bunter, 9 out of 10. Young takes a breath, nods his head. Farrell sets the target. Here's the pitch to Crawford. That's another line shot to center. Billy Hamilton makes the catch again. Billy Hamilton playing a stellar defense in center field. 2 outs, base is empty for Ty Cobb, the angry one. Cobb is 1 for 2. He's flown deep to left center, then singled in the 4th of the infield variety. 2 outs, base is empty. Infield, outfield, normal and straight away. The windup and the pitch to Ty Cobb. He puts a bunt down. Farrell fields it, throws to Childs on the wheel play. They get Cobb side retired. So Cobb tried to bunt his way on to no avail. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 1910 decade team. In the chat we have Tribes fan, Manny, and Broke Black Man 94. So stop by and say hi to them. Tribes fan says, doing videos on YouTube, trying to get back into the baseball swing after hockey season. Cy Young's 0 for 1. Johnson deals to his counterpart. Young swings, sends that ball left center field. Trish Speaker on the move, makes the catch, made it look easy. 1 down. Top of the order now, Billy Hamilton. Hamilton's 0 for 2. He has grounded to second and struck out. Corners are in. Hamilton an excellent bunter. Here's the pitch to Hamilton. Billy swings, sends that ball right field. Cobb trips back a bit, makes the catch, 2 down. It's up to Wee Willie Keeler to extend the inning, 10 out of 10 bunter. He's going to try to drag one. He puts down a pretty good bunt, but it rolls foul. Myers played that very smartly, would not have had a shot at Wee Willie Keeler. Counts no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty. The windup and the pitch from the freight train, Walter Johnson. And Keeler sends that ball to center field. Speaker comes in a bit, makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, go the 1800s. Top of the 7th, 2-0 lead for the 1910 decade team. And due up, shoeless Joe Jackson. He had a inside the park home run in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Before that, he grounded to short. Jackson, excellent speed, excellent bunter. Corners move in for the 1800s. Here's the pitch from Cy Young to Shoeless Joe Jackson. Jackson sends that ball center field. Hamilton on the run, and he makes the catch in front of the wall. Billy Hamilton showing an excellent glove out in center. So 1 out, and here comes home run Baker, the candlestick maker. He is 0 for 1. He lined to right and walked in the 4th. Young deals to Baker. Baker swings. Hamilton on the run, left center field, looking up, and he bangs into the wall and makes the catch. Hamilton is all over the place. So 2 up, 2 down, thanks to Billy Hamilton. And I'll bring up Eddie Collins, the second baseman, is 0 for 2. He is grounded to second and struck out. Farrell goes through the sign. Cy Young nods his head. He deals to Collins. Collins, grounder, right side. Brothers has it. Takes it the bag himself. Side retired. Bottom of the 7th. The 1910 decade team 2. The 1800's nothing. As Walter Johnson is out dueling Cy Young in a tremendous pitcher's duel. And here's Delante stepping the plate. Baker in at third. Crawford in at first for the 1900 decade team. Delante's 1 for 2. He's grounded to short and single. Delante, the man in left, who had trouble getting to those 2 balls hit to him that resulted in inside the park home runs for Crawford in the 1st and Shoeless Joe Jackson in the 4th. Here's the pitch to Delante. And he strikes out on the 0-2. Big swing and a miss. So 1 out, no one on, bottom of the 7th. Dan Browthers is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown very deep to right. The windup and the pitch from Johnson. And Browthers works the walk. Myers wanted the strike. He didn't get it. Tying run comes to the plate. And George Davis, who is 1 for 1 with 2 stolen bases, he has walked and had an infield single. And Davis will attempt a drag bunt hit here. Oh, they throw over. Browthers is back. Browthers is back. Here's the pitch. Davis tries to drag a bunt. They're going to go to Turner. And they get the lead runner. Nice play by Myers, who quickly popped up and throws to Turner. And they force out the runner at second. Browthers, so 2 outs. George Davis is on first. He's already stolen 2 bases, and at the plate, Denny Lyons, who is 0 for 2. Lyons has flown to right and left. There goes Davis stealing the base. Will he get number 3? Yes, he does. Throw was late. Collins could not apply the tag in time. So 2 outs, the count on Lyons. No balls, 1 strike. The freight train looks in at Chief Myers. Myers sets the target. Here's the pitch to Denny Lyons. Lyons swings, ground ball right side. Crawford has it. Throws to Johnson covering the bag. Another runner stranded in scoring position for the 1800 team. Side retired. Top of the 8th, 2-0, the 1910 decade team. Cy Young has thrown 83 pitches. He is good for 150. He will face Myers, Turner, and Walter Johnson. Myers is 0 for 2. He has flown to left and grounded to second. Here's the pitch to the Chief. Grounder. Davis comes across the bag from short. Throws the first. 1 away. Terry Turner, the shortstop for the 1910 decade team. He's 0 for 2. He has flown to center twice. Young deals quickly to Turner. Hard shot down the line. Lyons backhanded. Throws to first. 2 down. So 2 outs. Base is empty. Top of the 8th. And here comes a freight train. Walter Johnson. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and flown deep down the right field line. Young deals to his counterpart Johnson. Ground ball. Childs is up with it. Cupid throws to first. 1, 2, 3. Go. The 1910 decade team. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-0, the 1910 decade team over the 1800s. Due up Cupid, Childs, then Farrell, and Cy Young. Childs is 0 for 2, corners in, excellent bunter, 10 out of 10. Childs has grounded to the pitcher and struck out. 1800's need to get some base runners on, at least one to bring the tying run to the plate. Johnson, the windup and the pitch to Cupid Childs. Childs swings, that's down the line. Cobb cuts it off, but Childs digs for 3. And he's going for the inside the park, home run, the throw to the plate. Myers puts the tag on him, not in time. Wow, so Childs hits the ball down the line. Cobb goes into the corner, digs it out. Cupid Childs flying around the bases like Cupid with wings, comes all the way around to score on the inside the park home run. All 3 runs in this game have been scored on the inside the park home run. And that's the first one for the 1800s. They're right back in this ball game. And let's watch that video replay. Childs lashes his ball down the corner past the drawn-in first baseman. Cobb digs it out, throws to Collins. The throw to Myers at the plate. The slide, the tag, not in time. Inside the park home run. We now have a 2-1 ball game. Both teams with 3 hits. The 1910 decade team with 2 inside the park home runs. The 1800s with 1. And here's Farrell, 0 for 2, 8 out of 10 bunter. Infield's back at normal depth. He's going to try to drag one, the catcher. He puts it down. This could be trouble. Johnson fields it. Who fields it? Johnson. He throws to Collins on the wheel play. Not in time. A bunt base hit for Farrell. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate in Cy Young. And they're going to go to a pinch hitter. So Cy Young's day is done. Young could be the tough luck loser. He went 8 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. An inside the park home run in the first to Crawford, then one in the fourth to Shoeless Joe Jackson. He walked 1, struck out 3. He'll be lifted for a pinch hitter with the tying run at first base. And the pinch hitter who hits righties. Jesse Burkett hits 380s off righties. It's going to be Jesse Burkett. Jesse Burkett. Burkett, in his year of choice, batted .374, 6 home runs, 76 runners driven in, tying run at first, no outs. Farrell has good speed, 8 out of 10 for a catcher, 76 chance of stealing second, and he's not really being held on because the corners are in. Johnson up to 90, pitches good for 150. Farrell's going to try to steal. Myers goes out to have a word with Johnson. And there goes Farrell, the throw down by Turner, applies attack, safe is Farrell, another stolen base. Off the weak throwing Chief Myers, he has thrown out 1 base runner, but he's now given up 4 stolen bases. So the 1800s are 4 for 5, tying run in scoring position. Burkett, 10 out of 10 bunter. Baker in at third, Crawford in at first. Here's the pitch from Johnson to Burkett. Burkett swings. That's a shot, right center field, Speaker on the run, and he makes the leaping catch, bangs into the wall. Farrell tags and goes to third. Trish Speaker saves the day. That could have been extra bases, possible inside the park home run. He makes the leaping catch, bangs into the wall in right center for the first out of the inning. But now Duke Farrell's at third. 90 feet away is the tying run. The infield is in. Let's watch that wonderful catch by Trish Speaker. There's a shot, right center field. Speaker covers a lot of ground, and right there at the end, he leaps for it, catches it, bangs into the wall. Farrell tags up and easily goes to third. And here's Bob Hamilton, the leadoff batter. The center fielder's 0 for 3. He has grounded to second, struck out, and flied very deep to right. The 1800s will take a deep fly ball here to tie the ball game up. Walter Johnson looks in, infield in, outfield straightaway and normal. Here's the pitch to Hamilton. Billy swings, grounder to Baker. And there is some sort of play. And Farrell is erased as he was off on contact. They were playing contact. And Baker throws to Myers. There's a little pickle and Myers tags him out. So 2 outs. Billy Hamilton's at first. On the fielder's choice, he'll steal second. There's the throw down. And it goes in the outfield. Hamilton quickly gets up and races to third base. Bad throw by Chief Myers. Tying run once again. 90 feet away. Let's watch that. Great jump by Hamilton. Myers throws high. Turner leaps. Can't get it. Speaker backing the play up. Fires to a home run. Baker not in time though. Another stolen base. And now an error on Chief Myers. So with 2 outs, Wee Willie Keeler can tie the ball game up. Hamilton's at third. Keeler's 0 for 3. Wee Willie has flown out to right, grounded to third, and flown deep to center. Moment of truth here. Walter Johnson looks in. Chief Myers sets a target. The windup, the pitch to Wee Willie Keeler. Keeler swings, sends that ball the other way. Jackson on the run towards the line. And Shoeless Joe Jackson makes a refined running catch. Side retired. The 1800s has a base runner thrown out at the plate. Well, in a pickle on the contact play. And then they strand another runner at third. We go to the top of the ninth. It's 2-1, 1910 decade team. The new pitcher for the 1800s is Gus McGinnis. Here's Gus McGinnis. McGinnis, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4.95 earned run average. Looking to get 3 outs and keep it a 1-run deficit. He will face the top of the order, Trish Speaker, then Crawford and Ty Cobb. It all comes back to Trish Speaker's wonderful catch in right center field off the pinch hitter Burkett. Had Burkett gotten a hit there, that's at least a double. And with the speedy Farrell at first, he's off to the races and scoring. Baker 0 for 3. Corners move in as he's a 10 out of 10 bunter. McGinnis deals to home run Baker. And he jammed him. That's a pop-up in the infield. And Lyons calls for it near the pitcher's mound for out number 1. Good job by McGinnis. Gus McGinnis will now face Sam Crawford, who is 1 for 3. Crawford had the inside the park home run in the first. Since then, he has lined to center twice. He's also an excellent punter. McGinnis works quickly. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball to Delante. He's coming in and he makes the catch. 2 away. McGinnis will face the very tough Ty Cobb, 1 for 3, 10 out of 10 punter. Cobb has flown to center. He had an infield hit and then attempted a bunt base hit, was thrown out by Farrell. Corners move in. Here's the pitch to Cobb from McGinnis. Grounder, Lyons charges it, fires to Browders. Bang, bang play, and Cobb beats it out, even with the corners in. Cobb now has his second infield hit. And here comes Shoeless Joe Jackson, the man with the second inside the park home run. He's 1 for 3. On the other 2 occasions, sandwiched between the inside the park home run, he grounded to short and flew to right center. Pitch out. Cobb doesn't go, he bluffs. McGinnis throws over to first, Cobb back. Pitch out. Cobb doesn't go again. McGinnis again looks to first. Browder's holding Cobb on. Now he looks in. The windup and the pitch to Shoeless Joe Jackson. Jackson swings. Hamilton charges in, and he makes the diving catch in left center, retiring the side. Billy Hamilton outstanding in center field today. He has matched Trish Speaker play for play, and let's watch that diving catch as Jackson hits a sinking line drive, left center field. Hamilton comes flying in, makes the catch, robbing Shoeless Joe Jackson of a hit, possibly extra bases. So, the 1910 decade team, 3 outs away from taking Game 1, best of 5, in this second round matchup. Walter Johnson looking for the complete game victory. He will face Delante, Browthers, and Davis. Delante's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from the freight train. Delante swings, and that ball gets through to the wall. Delante digging for 3. He's being waved around the throw-down plate, and he scores! Delante, who has been miserable, giving up 2 inside the park home runs to left, now gets his revenge. He gets one of his own. It's a 2-2 ball game. So Delante's torments turn into joy as he gets one himself. Unbelievable game. Let's watch that over. Delante splits the outfielders, Jackson and Speaker. Jackson finally gets to it and fires on the fly from deep left center to the plate, but not in time, as Delante scores easily on the slide. So now with no outs, the 1800s are 1 run away from victory here in Game 1. They've been trailing all the way until the bottom of the ninth. Cy Young's off the hook. Walter Johnson will now face Browthers, who is 0 for 2. He has struck out, flown out to right, and walked. Here's the pitch to Browthers. And that ball's up the middle. And is a single. Winning run is at first. Browthers, 8 out of 10 base runner, 50% stealing. A chance of stealing second. And here comes George Davis. Let's see, who do we have here? Hugh Duffy will come in to pinch run. And Duffy, 10 out of 10 base running ability, 80% chance of stealing second. George Davis at the plate, 1 for 2 with 3 stolen bases. He's walked, had an infield single, and then tried to bunt for a hit, but bunted into a force out as Brothers was erased at second. Corners are in to protect against the bunt. Duffy, an 80% chance of stealing second, and he's going to go. Myers will throw down Turner, and not in time. Duffy steals the base. The pinch runner's in scoring position. Game-winning run at second. No outs. On deck is Lyons. You know, sacrifice bunt here. They walk him. They don't want. They set up a double play possibility. And Lyons comes to plate. He's an awful bunter. 1 out of 10. Third baseman, 0 for 3. George Pinckney. Let's view Connor Rogers. Bunting. He's awful. Let's view George Pinckney. I just want a good bunter, actually. Billy Joyce. 5 out of 10. That's not good enough. George Pinckney. Awful sacrifice bunter. Someone's got to be able to drop a bunt down here. He stinks. Alright, let's try Ed Morrissey. Ed Morris. Nope. A second baseman should be able to bunt. Bid McPhee. Nope, he stinks too. Alright, we'll just go with the hitter then. All these guys on the bench, and not one of them can drop down a sacrifice bunt. Doggy Miller. Sounds like a rapper's name. Nope, he's an awful bunter. Mickey Welch. Nope, he stinks too. John Clarkson. Take the last train to Clarksville. Yeah, he's not bunting his way to the train, that's for sure. Pud Gavlin. Someone's got to be able to bunt. Nope. Old Hoss Radborn. Nope. Alright, I'm sick of looking through all these names. Tommy McCarthy. Bunt for a hit's 9, sacrifices a 3. Guy Hecker. Nope. Jim McCormick. Nope. Good God, not one of these guys can drop down a sacrifice bunt past a 5. Bill Dolan. Finally, somebody! Bill Dolan. 10 out of 10, we like that. Let me just double check. Make sure I... Yep, 10 out of 10, sacrifice bunt. Beautiful. Okay, let's close that. Bill Dolan will come in to pinch hit. He's really there to drop the bunt down. Infield corners are in. Baker in at third. Crawford in at first. Duffy, the winning run at second. 2-2 ball game, no outs. George Davis's run means nothing. Dolan will attempt to sacrifice bunt. Here's the pitch from Walter Johnson. Dolan puts it down, and it goes foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The bunt's called off. Dolan can win it now. Duffy should score on a hit. Infield back to normal. No, corner's still in, excuse me. Even with 2 strikes. Johnson picks up the sign. Chief Myers sets the target. The windup and the pitch to Bill Donlin. Donlin walks! So Donlin comes all the way back. Myers not happy with the 3-2 call as it's ball 4. Bases are loaded. The infield moves in. And here comes Cupid Childs. Can Cupid break the hearts of the 1910 decade team? We shall see. Cupid grounded to the pitcher in the second, struck out in the 5th, and then hit a solo inside the park home run in the 8th to finally get the 1800 team on the board. He just needs to get a fly ball somewhere. Infield and outfield are in. Walter Johnson, no outs, bases jammed. Here's the pitch to Cupid Childs. And he strikes him out. Big swing and a miss. Johnson blows the fastball by him. Johnson up to 117 pitches. Winning run at third. Winning run is at third. Infield is in. Outfield goes back to normal for some reason. So all that matters. Duffy at third. And stepping to the plate, the catcher Duke Farrell. 1 for 3. He attempted to bunt his way on in the 3rd, was thrown out. Struck out in the 5th, and then had a bunt single in the 8th. Johnson rocks and fires to Farrell. Farrell swings. That's a deep fly ball to Speaker. He makes the catch. Duffy's going to tag. Here's the throw by Speaker. The slide. Safe. Ball game over. Ball game over. The 1800s come all the way back to win 3-2, getting 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. The game-winning run knocked in on a sac fly by the catcher Duke Farrell. The pinch runner Duffy scores. What a game. Walter Johnson gets the tough luck loss. The winner is McGinnis out of the pen. Wow. Let's go to the box score. Before we do that, let's go to the chat quickly. I'd like to say thank you to Tribes Fan, Manny, who is Manuel Christian Rivera, and Broke Black Man 94. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying your Chinese food, Broke Black Man 94. Let's catch up with a little bit in the chat. They were talking about what projects they were doing. As Tribes Fan says, is this a track meet or baseball? Good point, Tribes Fan. It was a track meet. We had 4 inside the park home runs. Not 1, Not 2, not 3, but 4. 2 for each team, and then it's finally decided on the sac fly by the catcher Farrell, and the freight train Walter Johnson went 8 2/3 innings. He's a tough luck loser. 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. He gave up 2 inside the park home runs and a sac fly. Walked 4, struck out 7. Cy Young went 8 innings, no decision, 3 hits, 2 runs on 2 inside the park home runs. Walked 1, struck out 3. McGinnis pitched the 9th. He gave up a hit. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He gets the win. Let's go to the batting. We're just going to give you the hits. Crawford was 1 for 4. He had an inside the park home run for the 1910 decade team. Ty Cobb was 2 for 4. And Shoeless Joe Jackson was 1 for 4 with the other inside the park home run. And those are your 4 hits. Everyone else was an 0 for. Speaker did strike out twice. And Collins once. Those are the 3 strikeouts that Cy Young had. For the 1800 Century team, they had 6 hits. Delante, who was a recipient of trying to chase down 2 inside the park home runs and left, was 2 for 4, and he had an inside the park home run to get his revenge. And so he had a run scored, an RBI, and he did strike out once. Browthers was 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Duffy, the pinch runner, would come around and score on the sac fly after stealing second. Davis was 1 for 2. He walked twice. Childs was 1 for 4. He had an inside the park home run to get the scoring started for the 1800 Century team in the bottom of the 8th. And he struck out twice. Farrell, the catcher, 1 for 4 with the winning RBI and the sac fly in the bottom of the 9th. Young, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. All right, so again, everyone else was 0 first. And the strikeouts, Hamilton once, Delante once, Browthers once, Childs twice, Farrell once, Young once, 7 strikeouts. Unbelievable game. Let's go to the miscellaneous real quick. Player of the game. I wonder who is player of the game. Cy Young, player of the game, with the no decision. Farrell with the game-winning RBI and the sac fly. Recap. The 1910 decade team scores first with the inside the park homer by Sam Crawford, 1-0. They would get a second inside the park home run in the fourth by Shoeless Joe Jackson, 2-0 1910 decade team. That 2-0 lead would last all the way to the 8th when Cupid Childs hit an inside the park home run. And then they had a runner thrown out at the plate on contact. And then they stranded George Davis at third in the bottom of the 8th. So we went to the bottom of the 9th. It was a 2-1 lead for the 1910 decade team. Walter Johnson on the mound. He would give up 2 runs and lose the game. Ed Delante, finally tormented by the inside the park home runs, 2 of them that burnt him and left, gets his revenge. He hits 1 himself, ties the ball game up at 2, and then they load the bases. Duffy, the pinch runner, actually steals second. Then the next batter is walked. Then we brought up a pinch hitter. He's walked. Bases loaded. No outs. They had a strikeout. And then Duke Farrell hit the sac fly to win the ball game to Trish Speaker. Speaker put a good throw on to the plate, but Duffy, the extremely fast runner, slid in under the tag. 3-2. The 1800 Century team wins it. George Davis, 1 for 2, 2 walks, 3 stolen bases. Ed Delante, 2 for 4 with an inside the park home run. Gus McGinnis gets the win out of the pen, pitching the 9th inning. Walter Johnson went the whole game. He takes the loss. And that's game 1. It's best out of 5. So a very important game 2 coming up in the near future between the 1910 decade team and the 18th century team. As Broke Black Man 94 says, and now to the stats. Well, thank you very much, Broke. Alrighty, we're going to call it a stream here, and I'll be back shortly with something else. I don't know. I might play a little Guns, Gore, and Cannoli, a little arcade shooter. I feel like playing a shooter. So I don't know who's going to be around for that, but I'm going to enjoy it. Or we'll have a baseball game. I don't know. I do it on a whim. So thank you very much once again, gentlemen. Till next time, health and happiness. Remember to check out Broke Black Man 94's channel. Wonderful movie and TV reviews. Check out Tribes Fan, as he's getting back into baseball, he says, after the hockey season's done. And check out all the good friends of the channel. Look on my page for the featured channels and related. So health and happiness till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Don't swing at the curveball in the dirt. And watch out for that big left hook. Peace!